Today's topic is the 555 timer. 555 timer is an 8-pin IC. Towards the right, it shows a 555 timer with 8 pin, where pin 1 is ground, pin 2 is trigger, pin number 3 is output, where we get output, 4 is used for the reset, 5th is to control, and 6 threshold, 7 is discharge, and 8 is for supply. Towards the left, it shows the internal circuitry of a 555 timer with the pin number marked. It basically has two comparators which give input to an RS flip-flop, where then there is an inverter, and at pin number 3 we get an output. Pin number 4 is for the reset of the flip-flop, and pin number 6 we apply a threshold voltage, which is non-inverting terminal of comparator 1 and comparator 2 get its voltage at point A, which has a resistance, series resistance R and R and R, connected to a supply VCC. Similarly, comparator 2 has its inverting signal at pin number 2 through V triggered, and non-inverting terminal has a voltage VB. Now from this circuit, if we calculate VA, then VA will be 2R VCC upon 3R, which will come out to be 2 by 3 VCC. Similarly, voltage at point B, which is VB, equal to R by 3R VCC, and it will come out to be VCC by 3. Now let's see the SR flip-flop. How this input will change output. Its one input is S, which comes from the comparator 2, another input is R coming from comparator 1, and Qn is state, and Qn plus 1 is current state, and Qn is previous state. So if S is 0, we will apply different signal combination like 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. When S is 0, R is 0, so its current state irrespective of previous state 0 and 1, there will be no change. If it is 0, it will be 0. If it is 1, it will be 1. Similarly, if S is 0, R is 1, so irrespective of previous state, that is Q1, whether it is 0 or 1, output will be 0. Similarly, if S is 1 and R is 0, so if previous state, that is Q1, is 0 or 1, it doesn't matter, output will be 1. And applying a state 1 and 1 2 is invalid. This is truth table for SR flip-flop. Now let's see how the output voltage will change depending upon the signal and the logic level at comparator 1 and 2. Suppose comparator 1, which is, we mentioned it as it is connected to R, and compare it to S, and the flip-flop output Q, and then Q bar, and of course Q bar after inverting output. So for the first condition, when V6 is actually greater than VA, and at the same time V2, what is that, terminal 2 V2 is greater than VB. So basically, for the comparator 1, the terminal voltage at non-inverting terminal is actually greater than inverting terminals. So output of the comparator 1 will be 1, and similarly is greater than VB, voltage at the VB, so output of the comparator 2 will be 0. So R will be 1 and S will be 0. This means as per the truth table, Q will be 0, so Q bar will be 1 and output will be 0. Now for the second case, let's see how its voltage should change. Since V6 is smaller than VA, the voltage at non-inverted terminal is actually lower than the voltage at inverting terminal. So output will be at R of comparator 1 will be 0. Similarly, the voltage at is actually greater than voltage at terminal 2. So the output of comparator 2 will be 1. So we will get 0 1 as a combination. This will lead Q to be 1, and similarly Q bar will be 0 and output will be 1. Now for the third condition, suppose which is V6 is less than VA and V2 is greater than VB. In this case, in this case, uh, V6 is greater than the inverted terminal, so it's 0. Similarly, voltage as the inverting terminal is greater than non-inverted terminal VB, so comparator 2 will be also be 0, and this will be 0 0. So there should be no change in the output of the flip flop. And there is actually a correction in the second row where I have mentioned V2 is greater than VB. It is actually less than, it should be V2 should be less than VB. So this is for the 555 timer internal basic structure that will be used later for monostable or astable multivibrator applications.